What up, everybody? Welcome back to another Magic Arena with Avatar still progressing on and enjoying it. So let's continue with this into our pack one, pick one. And our rare is a land. Probably not something I'm going to be taking this early. What else have we got? Not much, to be honest. This pack is pretty unexciting, if that's a word, or inexciting, however you want to say it. Slightly dull, to say the least. There's a path of redemption for some removal. Not played actually with this Foggy Swamp Vinebender. I guess it's quite nice against the go wide so people can't constantly chump you. There's a black with maybe some nobles. I don't think I want to take that early, so I'll just take this green card, which is, again, pretty boring. Firebender Ascension now for the aggro, maybe. Another boring pack. Guess I could stick with green or take an Aang's Journey. Boomerang, I'm not too sure about this Boomerang. It feels just a bit expensive. 1 mana, 2 cost to cast it, equip it for 1, and then you have to pay another 1. It's like, what? I'm not too sure about that. Yeah, maybe it's just an Aang's Journey. Or maybe water bending ascension. Maybe it's, yeah, I guess take water bending ascension. Was that the third, or is that maybe just the second tiny? Rocky rebuke, I guess. First time flyer. Nah. Could go with this, which is still within green. Or a hasty 3 mana 2/1. Don't think so. Guess I take a land. Ugh. This is, or even just a white removal. Stick with some removal. Or red. Could go with some red lands. I guess I'll take the uncommon, but it's not exciting, is it? Okay, what have we got now? Vengeful Villagers, which is sacrificed, but don't think that. Again, I'm going to just take a Raucous Audience for some ramp. Or a Snowballers. I guess I'll just take some ramp. Invasion Tactics. Creatures get +2/+2. And when one of more allied you control deal combat damage, draw a card. The Earth Village Ruffians, which is in green and black, which kind of fits with, I guess, some earth bending. But yeah, nothing too exciting again. Callous Inspector. Could take a Callous Inspector, maybe try and do some green-black. So 1 mana that creates a clue that gets that gives you some draw, or a Rocky Rebuke. Though not that exciting again. Oh, what is with these packs? Guess I'll take the green, as that's kind of coming around. It's an earth bending lesson. The Benevolent River Spirit's quite nice, but double blues maybe not what we're looking to kind of do. It's another Ruffians or Rebellious Captives, which is a nice 2-drop here. But yeah, maybe it looks like we're kind of going green. Another Rocky Rebuke. So this is my pack, and this is, how many nobles have I got? nothing. Lessons or noble? Yeah, don't think so. I guess I take a rebuke, but 5 mana 2/2 probably not. Boomerang might be okay. Okay, now we've got another green card. Well, there's Lie, or the gnarly indoctrination, which is also an earthbend. Maybe I try and take some black now, as that's kind of coming around. Could be green-black. Not excited about the duck, to be honest. Okay. Corrupt court officials probably fine, but I guess if the land might be a bit more important here. Okay, guess I'll take the blue, as I do have some blue as well. And no white here. Iro. Another long thing. Yeah, don't think I'm going to take an Iro, not in the colours. Pirate Peddler could be an awkward 3-mana death touch for people to kind of get through, or could just take another green-black. They did that one wheel last time. I kind of remember if it did, but there's actually quite a bit of green-black in that pack, so probably wheel something. Okay, is this RO worth splashing? During your turn, each non-lesson instant sorcery from your graveyard is something green, blue, red. 6 mana 5/5. Oh, there's a Flopsie now, which is pretty good actually. Maybe that's a better pick than the Iro. As much as I'd love to try and do some Iro shenanigans, I've only got 2 lessons and 1 non-lesson instant, and the Flopsie is quite nice, I think. Seismic Scene or Badger Maul. Deadly Precision is quite nice. Guess I just take the Seismic Sense. Again, just as a way of hitting your land drops. Though it can hit creatures as well, so let's just take this Seismic Sense. Again, not even necessarily in black, as these can still be cast for green, so I could even still go into another colour. Don't have to be green-black. Each land and ally you control has, and well, that's a nice land, that's a nice fix in there. Don't have many allies, but just having your lands tap for anything is pretty good. Was that the 4th corrupt court official as a lightning strike as well? But yeah, I think I'll take that. That shared roots might be something again. Another raucous audience. Just take the ramp. I guess if I'm trying to maybe go a bit on the large creature side. That's the 2nd Badger Mole as well. So maybe I can get another one of those Badger Moles to come back around. Return up to 1 target permanent, create a clue. Another Orcus audience. Another Callous Inspector. Harmer. Okay, Harmer's probably worth including if we're trying to then go black. Another gnarly indoctrination, but Harmer's probably good enough to actually go include. Oh, quad blue. Don't think so. Blue, red. I guess I just take an Ang's Journey now. Yeah, not really going in the ally route. Only got 3, so it's probably not something I want to splash for. Again, I'll go with an Ang's instead of the land. Earth bending lesson is probably what I'm looking instead of the Scarab Guess I'll take a Court Corrupt Official now instead of a 7 mana 3/2. That's like kind of for your mono black deck. Don't think any of these blue cards are worth splashing for at this time, but again I do have a Hammer, so we'll see what the fixing ends up being later on. There's a Badger Mole, so I'll take one of them. Yes, because I think we're maybe trying to go more of a bit big green. Court Corrupt Official. So someone took the RO by the looks of things. Okay, another Co. So this will be the second time that I've had the Co. The Co is pretty good. Activated and triggered. Don't have anything which is activated. There's a Sabertooth Moose as well, which would be kind of a nice one to come back around. Nazula Always Lives would be a nice one to maybe come back as well. But yeah, having another big creature is pretty good here. Need us maybe more 3s and 4s would be quite nice to get. An Obsessive Pursuit. When it enters, and at the beginning of your upkeep, you lose life, create a clue, and when you attack, you can put a counter on a target attacking creature where X is the number of permanents you've sacrificed. When else there's a Sold Out, which is probably maybe what I want to look instead of this Pursuit, to be honest. Just for some removal, because my removal is not great, so I think I just take some interaction. Like, the Pursuit's unlikely to wheel. Being a rare, there's a Leaves, which might be okay. But yeah, I think I need to take some interaction. Exile X target creature cards from graveyards, and for each creature card exiled, create a token that's a copy of it. So ETB stuff. Nothing else really actually in the deck. I guess I can exile some of my stuff, like if the Co's dead I can get it back essentially for a turn. Though it says, yeah, because it's the next end step, because I don't even gain haste. Okay, how many low nobles have I got now? Still none, so the lowly twins is still pointless. I guess I just take a 2 mana 2/2. Like, what is the reason why this is in this set? Because there's no nobles, is there? Or there must be so minimal. Like, having a 5 mana 2/2 that maybe draws 1 card seems pretty bad. Zao for black, when you sacrifice another permanent. I'm not sacrificing anything. I might just take, again, a 3-drop here, which has got some death touch. Again, my 3 slots is not particularly great. Poxbearers might be okay now, or another Foggy Swamp Vinebender. Because my 2 drops is okay. Like, I probably actually don't need this merchant, honestly. So I think I'll just take another 4-drop here. It's like the 4th or 5th one we've seen now. The barrels is probably maybe something, again, because of my interaction is just so low, and again it's kind of fixing for Harmer as well. I don't think I need a Cycle of Renewal. Nazula came back around. Again, some interaction is probably what I'm looking for. Another Azula. Could actually take the Vindictive Warden. No, my creature count is 16. Okay. I don't know if I want two of them. I might just take the Vindictive Warden. Yeah. When it enters, you may sacrifice an artifact creature if you do draw a card. Whenever another creature you control dies, if it had counters, put it counters on this creature. That's actually not that bad because of the Flopsie. Like, it's not the best, like a 4-mana 2/2 that sacrifices something, but it might be okay here. Again, the Hog Monkey, maybe. I don't think I'll need that for red, so just take that anyway, and take the planes. Okay, so it's going to need some work for sure, this deck, but let's see what we can do with it at least. So yeah, need a lot of cuts. So I guess I want 17 land. So this card just seems so weird. So exile X target creatures from graveyards. And for each creature card exiled this way, create a token that's a copy of it, and at the beginning of your next end step, so that turn essentially you cast it, sacrifice those creatures. Yeah, that doesn't seem like it's really good for limited. Because if your creatures just have no ETBs, or even if your opponent's creatures have no ETBs, like sure, I can get some corrupt court officials and I guess a Flopsie, but doesn't seem like it's an impactful card enough to really want to run. Okay, so the barrels of blasting is probably something I don't need. Okay, maybe the gnarly indoctrination I don't need. So rebuke, 2 Azulas and barrels. So was it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 interaction? I might not need actually the Yang's Journey because I've got. Did I not get that one that searches? Yeah, shared roots is probably what I want to include. I was going to say. So maybe the seismic sense, though the seismic sense is probably quite nice for just getting a creature, it doesn't just hit lands. But then the shared roots might be better than Aang's Journey as it goes onto the battlefield. The Harmer is probably again quite nice. The duck might not be what I'm looking for here. Maybe the Hog Monkey is not great. The Peddlers kind of works with the Buzzard a bit. Maybe I don't need like 2 court officials. Maybe it's like 1 and 1. Or maybe I don't need 2 earth bend lessons. So if I did that, 16 lands with shared roots and a seismic, or I could take out an Azula, but because my interaction is just so low, so like 5, if that'd be 4, then I guess the Ko's also got some interaction-ish with exiling something. So how many creatures? That would be 16 creatures. That's, you know, definitely enough. Could even go down. Maybe I can get rid of a long fang and add in a 2-drop again. Maybe add in another raucous audience. Because then that's essentially, this is a creature as well. So then the curve would be like, if I hadn't, like, I think I'm trying to get up to essentially like 5 and 6 mana. That's where I'm trying to get to quickly. So maybe the audience take out an Azula, lies, always lies. Then that gives me 16 lands with 2. That's essentially a ramp as well. So yeah, maybe I should do that. Then let's add in okay, so I've got two cuts. So let's take out where are we? Maybe I don't need the seismic sense then. No, it does scale, it's kind of nice. Maybe take out a court. And then that leaves me with probably more green. So yeah, let's take out a swamp, even though we've got triple swamp with Harmer, but that probably is, you'd think that I would have at least the ability to cast Hammer quite later on in the game, so that would be basically 9 and 8 in favour of green. Yeah, let's do this. So looking to just ramp out as quickly as possible. The Hammer again can hit something, hopefully. And then these Foggy Swamp Vine Benders maybe hit through people who are trying to go a bit wide, and then the Hog Monkey might be quite nice with the counters on Flopsie giving something menace as well, but my interaction is probably a bit slim, but I think I'd rather have some like, I guess the thing I would want, maybe not too sure about, is having the court official and trading it out for like an Azula. That's probably my thing I'm thinking of. Like, yes, the corrupt court official is like still a 1-for-1 or 2-for-1 sometimes. Yeah, I think I'm actually talking myself out of running that, and maybe just have some interaction still. Like the court corrupt officials, they're fine, but I think maybe having the interaction over what lack of interaction I do have might be better. And again, trying to go for like the ramp and yeah, activating stuff, the exhaust quite early on would be quite nice. So yeah, let's run with this green-black kind of land-ish deck, or 1-1 counters kind of deck, and see how the deck does. Alright, let's head on into our first game with this green-black land-ish deck, and I am first with kind of high-ish curve, but maybe Seismic can find maybe another land. I don't think I want to play Seismic this turn. Okay, there's another one. So again, I don't think I want to fire off the Seismic quite yet, with the opponent only playing nothing for the next couple of turns. That's a little bit late. But maybe I can seismic now to try and find another land. Sure. Okay. So a couple of, I can't remember what they were now, but I don't think a particularly interesting card's gone to the bottom now. Okay. Question is, do they take a land? They do. So I guess I just play, I guess I could actually kill it. So it'd be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 mana. Kind of want to get this down, but obviously it's not going to tap for mana anyway, so let's just do that and pass. Maybe they've got like a fight spell or something that I can get them with. Oh, whoops, I should have done that in response, shouldn't I? Whenever a non-land creature you control acquires its power, it's going to make a 3/3. Yeah, that was a mistake. Then maybe I can exile the Beifongs. And then I can pay a life to give it this. Yeah. Oh, it's an exile as well, isn't it? So, yeah, when a creature dies, that's unfortunate. Into a rebellious captives, sure. Ooh, I'm drawing quite a lot of land. This is 5. Well, might as well start trying to push through some damage at least. This is 6 to make it a 4/4, sure. What if they're still going to do it? 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, no. Ah, Badger Ball is quite good as well, giving their things trample. Don't think I'm going to do that. That's 5. So this would be a 5/4, and this would be also a 5/4. So I guess I'd rather trade the Honk Monk. No, I can't. So I guess. Oh, I guess I still activate it though. But I'll have to stay back and try and block some of these creatures. But them having that epic downfall, I think, is probably what's going to get me this turn, unfortunately. Yep. So it could take a... Decided again not to activate the captives. So a second Badger Ball, yep. I think they maybe have just out... kind of just casted bigger creatures out. I can't think of the word, but they've just got a lot of creatures that I haven't been up to do. Guess I'm just casting out my creatures but not sacrificing anything. I could sacrifice that to make it, but don't think I'm going to be doing that. So that could become a 4/4. I think they just seem to have the better green-black deck than me. Annoyingly, they just got all of the better enablers. Yeah. So the Dai Li agents and the Bai Feng as well. That's the main two cards I think you're going to find for the green-black. But take 6, 10 of 4. So yeah, I think this is just dead. So block. Like chump. Chump. So yeah, I'm just so dead. Too many attackers versus how many blockers I've got, unfortunately. Not how I wanted to see game 1 go there. Obviously I did a bit of a punt with the combat trick, not casting it, but that wouldn't have made it much difference by the way that their curve was. Their curve was just insane for their deck. So yeah, not looking too great for this draft, I think, based on what I have currently got versus what I could have got. So let's try and get at least a couple of wins, but this is not looking good straight off the bat with this draft, unfortunately. Oh dear. Anyway, let's wait until we get to the next game. See if we can do better next term. Alright, welcome back. We are to game number 2. Hopefully I won't punt, and hopefully we can draw fairly good. So on the play again, with maybe a better curve, though I thought my initial curve from my previous game wasn't that bad. Maybe I just needed to draw more interaction, so hopefully we won't have too much of a fast start against the opponents. Hopefully we can kind of develop a little bit quicker. So do I want to cast this audience or the captives first? I guess the ramp is always quite nice to do in the early game. And our opponent thinking what to do themselves by the looks of things. Hopefully they don't take too long, but here we are, welcome back. Okay, now we've got a 3 drop. So play, oh, wrong one. Audience. Then we can long Feng next turn. Three colours from the opponent, or maybe even more. Could even be 4 colours if they grab her. Yeah. So that probably tells me that they have got an Ang or something big. I guess I want to curve out to a 4 drop this turn. Can maybe do Badger Mole if I get another land. So wonder what their big finishes are. I have a feeling it's probably an Ang, or I guess Master Iroh is also in those colours. Okay, looks like I might tap down what the Vinebender, sure. Okay, I probably want to cast this, get another one of them. Actually, maybe I want to get my 3 drop down this turn instead of another audience. So this is creatures can't be blocked with power 2 or less. So none of those creatures can block at the moment. Okay, so they're heavy blue. Interesting. Heavy blue. Do I want to actually double spell? So this can attack. in for 4. Then I think I actually double spell and just to get more on the board. I have to be a bit careful because I don't think I've got really much okay. Oh dear. Okay. They've just been able to curve out. That's a big boy. Next turn will be 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 damage. Ugh. And I guess I tap my long fang maybe, or am I going to trade with him? Guess I tap this. And I could attack, trade away, like I don't mind the trade. But then if they attack, I guess I can jump. Sure, I'll offer the trade. And I think, I guess I put it on that swamp. Ah, booby. There we go. Yeah, that's a good one. They've got 2 in the graveyard already. It's going to be a 7/7. Oh, this is not going well. I need some removal. I have a feeling I'm going to be hitting quite a bit of a land streak because I've only drawn 6 lands. Not attacking with a 2/3. Okay. Don't know why. Is this one my turn only? No. Put 2 counters on it and Earthbend 2, so make that a 5/5. Yeah, just passing. Not much I can do here, unfortunately. Haru's a good one in the ally deck, though it does look like they are quite heavy allies. So I wonder what the red and the white is. Well, Boomy's obviously going to fight something here, so losing a creature either way by the looks of things. Yep. Down to 9. Azula, not great here. Doesn't really do much, unfortunately. Them having a 7/7 is really what's killing me here, I think. Just because I have just no good attacks and there's no way I can, do a combat trick or anything like that for it to try and get through. So essentially, the Boomy would be a 6/6, and I could give these like a 5/5. So again, I can't even attack in profitably to even get a trade. Okay. So they've got something here. Well, I guess I do this. octopus form. I mean, 8/8. Yeah, this is over. I'm not winning this, unfortunately. I don't think. Like, what? I can't really draw into anything in the next couple of turns. I think they're just going to kill me with the flyers. So, this is going horrendously. Like, even if I had drawn something like a Co, I guess would have been the good one. Just my removal is just so bad. Like, the barrels wouldn't have even done anything either. Do I want to add in like a gnarly indoctrination? That's just terrible as well. I'm just going to add another creature at this point just to have some board presence, but this deck is probably one of the worst decks I have probably gotten, or I've just been so unlucky against the people I've played against, or they've... Anyway, I can't think about that. I need to move on and just hope to draw better and get something a bit more impactful. Anyway, hand looks fine. Turn to guide or shared roots, which might be better. Again, it depends on the colours, I suppose, but the shared roots obviously guarantees a land where the guide might not stick around for long. I don't have any other allies, so I think I might just try and ramp out as quickly as possible. So blue-green might mean I don't have too much removal. So then next turn I can, I guess, just ruffians. If they don't... Okay. Did they actually find a land with seismic? I thought they did. Okay. Guess I just double 2-drop. As I haven't got a land. So they definitely needed that 4th land. They reveal a lesson, saga, or shrine. They've got an origin of metal bending, so they can give something indestructible. Not got a land myself, so let's raucous audience, and I can probably ruffians here. Sure. And no blocks because of the metal bending, I think, here. So I milled a buzzard and a land. Okay, they're just trying to push damage. Okay. Whoa, so they've obviously got, is that +2? +2? I can't remember if it is in green. There's like 1 mana or 2 mana spell, combat trick into an ostrich horse. Sure. But they do take the land, so they want to cast something for 6 mana next turn, maybe. So it'll be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I put counters on everything, I suppose, or do I want to cast? So we 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I can't do both. Guess I still Flopsie though. And pass the turn. So if if I start attacking, they're going to be blocked by 1. But to be honest, I'm pretty much on the defense for a little while, I think, here. Maybe they've got... Yep, got the removal. More than what I do. They're just pushing by the looks of it, okay. Okay, so let's... I guess I can do this. I think they've got a octopus form. So, the question is if they're going to save their ostrich horse, or I guess if they do have it, maybe that's the one thing that they do protect. Like it's still dying, isn't it? The Master Paku. No, it's an 8 because of yeah. Sure. But still not looking good here, unfortunately, I don't think. So I've got 18 cards. So my removal, have I still got removal in my deck? I think I do. Okay, Harmer's gone, which is a bit unfortunate. Foggy Swamp. Guess I just can't. Well, I can pay. This taps for 2, so let's just see what I draw first. And Azula. Okay. Well, let's just play that. Say go. So they got. Okay, 2-3. Yep. And a land. Okay, so I can probably attack. So this would then be 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I need to start attacking, I think. So I think I just need to. Otherwise, I'm not winning this. I'm just sitting around letting them draw into something, especially with me with only 9 cards as well. So need to start doing something. Sure. Okay, barrels is pretty good, kills the guru. But don't need to do it right now. Again, do I start attack? So I attack for 6. Don't think so. Like barrels, I can kill the guru. Or even the duck, maybe. But obviously duck makes them spend 3 a turn. So that restricts them what they want, what they can cast, I suppose. Okay, so they've got something here, so let's pass and block there, and block there, block there. And they've probably got a pump spell, haven't they? I probably should have just taken the damage, I guess, if they do have a pump spell. Yeah, okay, so go to 1. Is that right? Gets a counter, yep. Indestructible. Take 6. So I have to give it -1 to go to 1. And then I guess put a counter on this one. Yep, go to 1. Another land. Okay. So they take 6, 10, 12. So not quite dead. So I guess I will just attack for 4 in case they have some removal that I need to chump with. So it becomes a 6/6. If they want to pump it. Okay, that's just a kind of attack though, because they've obviously got more than 2 lessons in the graveyard. Badger Mole, okay. And that's Earthbend on a different swamp, I think. I think next turn I can start attacking with the 6/6. I've got 6 cards. Another watering. I think I'm gonna deck. Like, I do have 1 removal, which is there. Okay, now I can push with these ones. Put them on a 2-turn clock at least. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There's definitely 8. So that'll be 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So it's 13. So I've got 3 lands in my 6. That Master Paku was actually quite brutal. Three origins of metal bending. 3, wow. Well, GG's. That was a lot of metal bending. Well, at least I've got 1 game win, but still don't feel particularly confident, unfortunately, with the deck. Again, I think it's just the lack of interaction which is doing it for me. It does seem that this set removal is quite premium. There's probably not much of it. So I think in the next drafts I think taking removal is probably a high priority. So I need to keep that in mind when I do go forwards in the future with any other drafts. But anyway, let's head on to the next one. Okay, here we are for the next game. And currently 2 losses to 1 win. I'm on the draw with some ramp and 2 drop, some removal. So it seems a fine hand, though the creatures I do have aren't particularly exciting. Looks like the opponent took 2 mulligans, was that? Don't know. So this corrupt official might be quite good. Okay, so let's just ramp instead of playing our creatures. I probably want to guess just another green source. So yeah, land is good. Let's 2 drop. Maybe actually if I do these 2 drops, and maybe we can kind of keep a hold of the corrupt official for when they maybe got just a few less cards in hand. Though by the looks of it, they're probably all spells. Yeah, looks like they're all spells, so I guess I will play this Long Fang and the corrupt official. It's going to hit a spell. Red. Okay, so they're missing red. I guess that was why they mulliganed a few times. They just didn't really have the mana. Well, top deck the mountain and a file drill. Yep, that's a good one. I do have instant speed instant speed removal at least, but that's a very good black rare to have, I would say. I guess I kind of need to hold up sold out now. Yeah, so I think I'm just racing, I suppose, at this point. Missing a land there myself also. It looks like they're drawing out of it. So if they want to crew the drill, they're going to need at least another creature with 2 power, which maybe they don't have. Doesn't look like it. So what is their hand then? 5 mana pass. Well, let's attack with them because I don't mind trading away the court official at this point. It's crew 2, sure, maybe they didn't realise. And can I take a hit? I think I wait 1 more turn to see what they cast and play. Heartless Act. Yep. Sure. Also missing lands myself, which is not ideal. Question is, are they going to attack with the Mai or the drill? Okay, so they're going to... So, have to chump here, I think, because they can give it double strike. Yeah. So obviously that's the reason why they attacked. Guess I'll just Magimol at this point. Still looking for lands, honestly. I think that would be quite good here. Okay, so I can Flopsie, that would then be 8 damage. Unless I... could attack with the land first. So let's attack with both. Sure. Ah, yes, I have sinned my mistake. Not realizing that the Fire Nation Cadets pumped itself. I never see this card, I will never play against this, it's like, okay. Man, I'm not doing so great. I think this draft had just put me off. Mentally trying to play well. Yep. Okay, they did not attack. Interesting. Well, I guess I attack with the ruffians, as it's not particularly a great blocker against the drill. I'll trade away the Death Toucher. It's fine. Oh, sure, or 1-2, that's fine. Barrels. Barrels, not that bad. Okay, well, they must have just drawn poorly, I suppose, and me being a bit lucky. Again, I feel like my play in that game was just, again, terrible. Well, that attack really was not the best with losing my land, but I guess it being just a land, I did at least kind of get it back, but not feeling the draft, honestly, this one. Kind of even at the start of the draft, it didn't feel like there was particularly anything exciting in the packs I was getting, but shouldn't really kind of have that as an excuse, so let's just continue on, and hopefully we get at least maybe one win would be kind of nice, and with the jump up in gems, but again, need to have positive feelings, positive vibes, otherwise I'm a bit kind of defeatist already. Well, on the draw is kind of good with the hammer, the first time I've drawn my hammer. Seismic Sense, I probably want to cast maybe on 2 possibly, or wait until like turn 4. Yeah, but I guess I'm going to be holding onto that for a little while now. I guess the ruffians I'll play first, as if that eats a removal spell, at least I kind of get a creature from that. Yeah, let's just play a 3-1, and then if they don't have anything on turn 3 themselves, they're taking 3 damage. Can probably now Long Fang and Seismic. Do need to get some more swamps, so 1 more swamp for Harmer. There's the swamp from Harmer. Okay, so let's play the Long Fang, just in case I had removal for the ruffians. And I guess I can Seismic for 4 to see what I get. There's a Flopsie, which is fairly decent. So I still need 1 more land for Flopsy, though. I could Harmer another Seismic Sense and try and get a land that way. Okay, Corrupt Official. Probably going to hit a spell. Might want to hold on to the Harmer now for their Boomy Bash. So if I draw a land, I can Flopsy, Toff. Okay. Question is, I'm imagining they're going to then return back there. Yeah, that's a bit unfortunate. They discarded a rocket launch. I could get that back. That would then go back to there. Yeah, that's just kind of would just want to start attacking for 5. Yeah. So I guess that's the one that they're thinking they have to kill now with Boomy Bash. But they might just rocket launch. No, looks like a Boomy Bash. So now I can get that with Harmer. Then kill the Toff with their Boomy Bash. Deal 6 to Toff. And then Flopsy putting counters on everything is quite nice. Okay, they've got a Combustion Man. Was that the second one? That was the second one. So if I did that, that would, then I'd take 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, I think I'm gonna do this. Because if they attack with all, I guess they're gonna die on the crackback. So I have to be a bit careful if they attack with everything. Yeah. Boomy's definitely bashing. They discard another flashback card, sure. Take 4, sure. So are they now just dead? So block, that'll be 3, 6, yeah, I think they're just dead here. So even if, I think trying to see if they even kept one back as well, would they have also been safe? So if they kept the mountain back and blocked these two, so it's 4, 5, 6, 7, so yeah, I think they would have still been, so it's 3, 7, 8, 9, so yeah, they needed to basically keep everything back to survive. Anyway, 3 game wins now, so that's quite nice, especially for this deck. So 2 losses, 3 wins, so 1 more win would be great, and hopefully we can. So let's cross our fingers and see if we draw well and hopefully get on the play also. Here we are for game number 5 now, is that? No, 6. First, as I'd like to do in every game, as we always would like, I suppose, with an okay hand, nothing too crazy, some ramp with the audience. Hopefully get a Vinebender on turn 3. Some removal now as well, which is also nice. Going up against blue, black, and a fortune teller. MVP 2-drop in the format, I think the fortune teller is. Into a peddlers, which can't block either. Oh, I have drawn quite a lot, so let's just get the Flopsie down, make a 5, 4, and hit in. So I might need to cast Soul out on the peddlers, just so I can start attacking with everything. So they could have a watery grasp, I suppose, like that. That's fine. Again, I think I still want to kill this again, just so I can start pushing in. And I think I'm just going to attack with the Flopsie and cast a long Feng. It's a pretty good curve, but now I'm out of gas, I kind of need something else at this point. Okay, so they played the land before drawing the card, so they must have 2-drop or something that they can cast for 2. Could have the draw 4 discard. Okay, boomerang, a basic, just for some tempo play, sure. Okay, a second long Feng. Well, question is now, do I actually just want to push and trade the otter for the audience? I think so. Because then I can get a 1-1. And guess I'll put it on itself. For some reason I always thought this was making lands, but it's not. And Azula. Exile target, well I guess it's this thing here. And the audience from there. And let's make this an 8/4/4. So take 9, or do I want to... Then I can cast another one. Let me just read it. It says, during your turn you may cast Exile. Okay, so it doesn't really do much. Put them to 1? Sure. They got another Watery Grasp, maybe. Oh, board wipe by the looks of things. Or not, okay. Okay, sure. It does feel like the opponent is stabilizing somewhat. I think them probably having removal is probably going to be the thing that's pulling them slightly ahead of me, I think. Though technically these are all lethal currently. And they had nothing. I think them stumbling at the start was probably what did it for me, I think, there. Again, maybe I didn't need to trade away my creatures so fruitlessly. I kind of just felt like I needed to kind of get in with damage, but maybe I should have just attacked with the 5/5, and maybe they wouldn't have, you know, maybe I wouldn't have lost my creatures, but again, they would have probably still kept theirs. I'm not too sure, but anyway, 4 wins, so it's probably as good as it's gonna get. But any other wins now on top of this is just gonna be, you know, just additional kind of gravy, I suppose. But let's still push and see how well we can kind of do. These hands are quite similar, I have to say, with what I'm getting, but I guess that's okay. So on the draw again, so audience into Vinebender and hopefully get out. Okay, so red black, so they're going to be quite aggressive and probably have quite a bit of removal against my creatures. Zuko Conflicted seems like an interesting card. Okay, yeah, very aggressive here. Well, not blocking. Need to get my 4/3 down. Actually, I could actually just get the Ruffians down. Because if they got removal for the Vinebender, it's just so bad. So yeah, I think I'm actually going to get this. Do I want to seismic? Sure. Harmer Long Feng. Okay, I'm not casting Harmer anytime soon, so I guess I'll just take a Long Feng. Unfortunately, the Harmer's gone, but we'll see. Taking 5. Yep. Their curve. So good. So this would then be, yeah, I think I'm just going to cast this and hold up an Azula Always Lies. So Fire Nation gives a creature firebending 4. They've currently got 6 mana. Don't think they played the land for turn. Okay. Oh dear, yeah. They've just been hot, I think. So they're just not looking like I was going to win this, regardless of what I was going to draw into. Okay, so I guess I kill a 1-drop, or so take 7, 8, 9. So I guess I kill a 1-drop. That would trade. So kill and counter here. Yeah, it's not looking good. Nope. So I need to draw removal. Any attacking creature. Okay, that doesn't do anything, so yeah. Don't have any way to block a flyer, so GG's. That was quite an impressive curve from the opponent there, and just didn't, again, interaction was very, very limited, I think, in my draft from what I could see, or maybe I didn't value it as much. And I think that's kind of maybe where this deck really struggled, was interaction, as it was just a sold out and an Azula, and the barrels, as much as it does 5 damage, wasn't that impactful, I don't think, especially in that. Well, I guess that might have been okay in that game, but I don't think I had enough lands to really get up there to kill the Zuko. But anyway, that was the deck, the green-black kind of form power matters kind of thing with a little bit of earthbending. Did better than I expected, and couldn't have really asked anything more, really. Anyway, thank you again for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.